Hello, my name is Hyun, and I'm from South Korea. I was born and raised in South Korea, but I have lived in more than 50 countries all around the world. I had built over 10 factories, basically for LCD repairing and data recovery. But I was capable of learning over 16 languages, so I can speak around 17 languages, but I'm not really capable of, I'm not really fluent in every languages. Okay, so today we're going to learn the basic expressions of the most powerful 10 languages. Okay, let's start with Chinese. Chinese is the most widely used language in the world. Over probably 1.2 billion people can read and write Chinese. It is widely used in China, Malaysia, and Singapore, and Taiwan. I had several construction workers with many Chinese people, especially in China and Thailand and many Latin American countries. The Chinese worker, early in the morning, Chinese worker came to me and say, I am Mr. Wei in Chinese, so they say, Wei Senseng, Ni Hao. The expression Ni Hao is the most common greetings in China. That means, are you okay, how are you today? Of course, there's another expression meaning, how are you today is 今天好不好? 今天 is today, and 好不好 is are you good or you are not bad or bad. But you have to remember, 你好 is the most common expression in Chinese greetings. Okay, number 2 widely spoken language in the world is Espanol. So próximo 250,000 personas hablan español. I just said over 250,000 people speak Spanish. Spanish can be spoken in more than 20 countries. It is widely used in the United States in these days too. The most common greetings in Espanol is Hola. Number 5 widely used language in the world is Portuguese. And in Portuguese, the Hola means hi, just like Espanol. In Spanish, there's also equivalent expression as good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Those are Buenos dias, Buenas tardes, Buenas noches. But Hola is just good enough for greetings in all sort of time. Many people in Espanol came to me, Hola mi amigo Yo, ¿qué pasó? ¿Cómo está? They say, hey Mr. Yo, how are you today? And I usually say, okay, bien, it's good, I'm fine. Okay, probably number 3 widely used language in the world is English. Probably most of the listener of this video already know how to speak English. Number 4 widely used language in the world is Hindi. Hindi is widely used in India and in Pakistan, ex-Indian territory. They speak a language called Urdu, but basically it's pretty similar with the Hindis. There was more diversity in there's more difference between Hindi and a Bengal language, which is spoken in Bangladesh and Bengali area in India. India has two most common languages. One is Hindi and the other is Tamil. Tamil can be widely spoken in Singapore and Malaysia, but those are totally 2 different languages. In India, the most common greeting is Namaste. They grab hands like this and say Namaste, which is same as Thailand, Swati Kap. So Namaste is a more common expression for greeting, but in broadcasting, you can see a lot of people saying Namaskar, which is a more polite expressions of Namaste. Okay. Coming up number 5, the 5th widely used language in the world is Portuguese. In Portuguese, the equivalent expressions hello is hola, same as Espanol. But they also have a expression like good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Those are bom dia, boa tarde, and boa noite. So Portuguese is generally usually gentle and soft languages. Okay, coming up next, the Russians are widely used languages. Russian is spoken over probably 120 million thousands people. The common expression for hi or hello is Zdrastevиче. It can be shortened as Zdrast. Those are equivalent expressions as good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Those are Доброе утро, Добрый день, and Добрый вечер. One of the thing was the Czech and Slovakia is also Slavic countries. In Czech and Slovakia, Dobrý den is not good afternoon, but it's more like good morning. There's slight difference. Now they don't use in Slovakian countries. They don't use like a Kirill alphabets anymore. So if you know how to read and write Roman alphabet, you can easily learn Czech language and Slovakian languages. Okay, coming up next is German. Germany is the center of Europe after it's like economic center of Europe after the Union of European Nations. The expression hello is more like hello, and guten Morgen, okay, guten Tag und guten Abend is more like good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Okay, what is next? Okay, Bahasa Melayu or Bahasa Indonesia is the language spoken in Indonesia and Malaysia. In Indonesia has over 200,000 people, and Malaysia has over like I think like probably they have a small population like 300,000 people or something. Yes. Yes, it's probably 30 million people only, but the languages are pretty similar. But there is a clear difference between the two languages. The Selamat pagi, selamat siang, and selamat sore are good morning, good afternoon, and good evening in Indonesian and Malaysian languages. Okay, another powerful language or useful language in the world is Japanese. In Japanese, the expressions used for the good morning is more like Ohayo gozaimasu, or simply it can be said as Ohayo. And there's another expressions like konnichiwa and konbanwa, like people say good afternoon and good evening in English spoken language, the world countries. Okay, another powerful and potential language is French. French is the most beautiful language in the world, and it's a really important language in learning philosophy and legal system. In French, people as the equivalent expression as hello or hi is salut, but people say bonjour or bon après-midi or bonsoir. It's really beautiful languages. And the last language that we're going to learn is Italian language. So in Italian, the equivalent expression of hi or hello is ciao. In Slovakian language and Czech language, ciao is also hello, same as Italiano. You may have heard that the former wife of Donald Trump, the president of the United States, was also from Slovakia, but the new wife is from Slovenia. Those are two different countries. The expressions for The good morning, good afternoon, and good evening are buongiorno and buon pomeriggio and buonasera. Okay, this is the end of today's lessons, and the word for goodbye or bye in Italiano is arrivederci. Okay, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please do not forget to click the like buttons and subscribe button. Thank you.